Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you my first fully automated launch orbit, then lunar injection, translunar injection, then lunar orbit, and then landing. All that is fully automated by the new busy program in Simple Rockets 2. So the rocket you've just seen is not mine, it belongs to Gray Star. Its name is Kulo 7B. Not sure why it's that, but it looks like SpaceX. So here's the launch. There's no significant payload in this rocket, just gyro and some fuel. Now if you look here, I'm not going to do any gravity turn because I prefer to do a function with the air density. So if the air density is high, it will horizontally. If I clear that thick air, and then the more I clear from that thick air, I'm going to go horizontally. So let's make sure that the main gyro is working because I don't have CRS or RCS or C. So as it's launching, I'm going to explain what I did in the program. Right here, first thing is the ferry. I set the trigger for the ferry by the air density when it's like 5% because I don't think we don't need less than that. Okay, now it's reach the apoapsis that I was. It overshoots a little bit. So I set the trigger to be the air density when it's 0.05 because I don't think at that speed and that density whatever here is going to make any difference, unless of course this solar arrays that's being opened at that time or something, but I'm not sure what SpaceX does for that or any other rocket company. So now if you notice, you can see that the rocket is pointing a little bit below the horizon because this is a part of my circularization. So 77 kilometers increased, so if it was horizontal, it would have increased more. I believe that's the next stage. And I didn't use activate stage, I used groups. There was something wrong whenever I use activation group, activate stage, it activates any stage in the rocket. So it's pointing more downwards below the horizon. Let's fast forward. Now the function that I'm using is I'm aiming the thrust vector perpendicular on the major axis. Yeah, like you see. So now it's pointing this way, means it's reducing the speed, so increase the reduce the apoapsis. And if it's pointing to that direction, then it's increasing the periapsis. So if it's in the middle, it's just equalizing them. Now, I'm not sure if that's the way circularization is being done, but this method is very simple in programming. I calculate or not calculate, I bring the time from this shape to the apoapsis, and then I divide that by the period of the whole orbit, and the ratio that I get, I multiply by 360. That's how I get the angle perpendicular to the semi-major. Now, if you go back to the window, select target Luna, and then press 1. So, Luna. So, I don't want to waste more time, so I'll have to speed up before I select the one. Well, I could have leave it, but it would take like 40 minutes or something before it starts the lunar injection. The lunar injection starts when the angle to the moon is below the horizon by 30 degrees. So now start 1. So that is the angle that I'm going to start my engines when the moon is at this angle. So what you see now is the autopilot is aiming to minus 30 degrees, then it aims to the moon direction, the target direction, and then aims back to minus 30 degrees. So what happens is that the input measures, or the input of the autopilot, it measures an amount of input when that happens. If the angle is very small, then the amount of input is very little. So actually the trigger here for the burn is when the input for the autopilot is very little, the burn is going to start. So as you see, it keeps pointing to the moon and then pointing to the minus 30 degrees. Yeah. Now it points to prograde and starts the burn. As you see, the apoapsis is extending to supposedly 36,000 kilometers, and then time right. Now we have a positive vertical speed until it starts to be minus. So after passing the apoapsis, the rate of climb or the vertical speed is below 0, and that's once we engage into the moon gravity, the rate of climb is by minus. So and what you saw here is, I don't know where's the orbit is going to be, this side or this side, so I make this burn to see if it increase or decrease the apoapsis, so the periapsis. So the first turn increased the periapsis, and that's why it turned to the other side and made another burn, just to decrease the periapsis distance to around 20. I accidentally reduced the time wrap, and so it's taking forever. So I'm back with you again, and we're getting closer. Now, 60 seconds before the pre-access burn should start to be into the lunar orbit. Now this engine is very big, so I only used 40% to reduce the orbit, and you can see how it's very fast. When the apoapsis is, I think, 100 kilometer, you see it reduced the thrusts, and again I'm pointing perpendicular to the major axis. This direction is opposite to the direction of the crafts of the apoapsis, and that's why it will reduce it significantly without reducing the periapsis as much. See, still perpendicular. Same equation. The time to periapsis, divide the period time of the orbit, multiply by 360. See, now the periapsis is increasing. And 17 kilometers, 19 kilometers. That's okay. So now press 2 for the orbit and landing. Now let me quick save here. Alright, let's go to the ship. And here we go. So this burn starts or finishes when the orbital speed is 100 meters per second. I could have done it until it's 0 meters per second, but I thought it looks more beautiful when you have some horizontal speed. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I hit the limits for the recording, and now it's going down. The landing, this thing, it could land on anything. Doesn't matter what the ground looks like, unless if it was a mountain. But even if it's a slope or something like that, the landing is so smooth that it just sit there smoothly. And this is going to be a suicide burn. Start like maybe less than 1000 AGL. So it looks like I'm going down on some kind of slope here. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. So these are the landing legs that I added, and I'm sorry for Graystar that made his ship looks ugly like this. This is not his work, this is mine. So look at the fuel, it's 21%, and the whole ship is, whole craft is 49 tons. So go to the moon with 49 tons and try to stop them. As you see, 1088. See how much fuel we're going to consume? Because this suicide burn is the most efficient and economic one. Here we go. That's it. Touchdown. But unfortunately, yeah, this is very bad. Something is falling. Oh, thanks to the gyroscope, this big gyroscope that I needed, because this is heavy. Okay, now it's going to crash. Yep, there's a cliff here. So we was like 21%, now we're 18. Now it's gonna crash too bad. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, thank you. Alright, thank you for watching, and see you in another video soon.